Cities are facing new challenges in the era of climate change. These weather patterns are causing experts to strategize different ways to boost resiliency for urban areas. To learn more about this behind-the-scenes innovation, I talked to Sebastian Malter, Climate Adaptation and Resiliency Pro. He explained using computer models to make climate projections, green infrastructure benefits, and building adaptation and resiliency plans. Check it out. Okay.
Traditionally, you use the past to predict the future, looking into past observations and then derive design statistics or design standards of those. But as the past cannot be used as the predictor of the future anymore because of climate change, we have to rely on additional tools, supplemental tools and information. And one of the tools we use in our work are climate projections, which are produced by climate models to represent all the dynamics in the atmosphere, in the ocean, living things, and interaction in between. What they produce is temperature and rainfall projections. We at CDM Smith are really at the forefront of taking the science provided by scientists and making it actionable for practical applications.
How does green infrastructure help cities handle unprecedented rainfall and unpredictable weather?
If you only look at kind of the traditional ways of managing stormwater, which is gray infrastructure, which are pipes, tunnels, really hard, large infrastructure pieces, it's hard. They're already overwhelmed now. And once you put them into the ground, it's really hard to adapt them to any changing conditions. And if you want to do it, then these are large projects. They're expensive, and because you have to upsize, there's a lot of construction involved. Green stormwater infrastructure are smaller systems. They mimic kind of the natural systems and provide ecosystem services to communities where they are installed, and are able to either capture and infiltrate stormwater back into the ground, so it helps with groundwater recharge, or it delays the stormwater flow up to a point where the traditional systems are able to kind of, handle additional flow again. Green stormwater infrastructure also has additional benefits. When installed in communities, it helps to reduce the heat island effect. So you have some additional co-benefits with not just reducing stormwater runoff, but also help to mitigate some of the temperatures as they continue to increase. And it provides a good opportunity for community involvement or even education, where you can put up signs in front of a rain garden and then have some educational material explaining the functionality of the system and why it's important, and how it relates to healthier cities, healthier watersheds, and that sort of thing.
If you're enjoying this conversation and would like to see more from the brightest minds in environment and infrastructure, please like and subscribe. And if you're interested in learning more about how technology and software modeling is transforming the ways that cities manage their water, check out cdmsmith.com/swim. Okay, back to Sebastian. What goes into developing adaptation and resiliency plans?
So a lot of resilience plans and adaptation plans, what goes into it is identifying vulnerabilities. Where are your floodplains? How may the floodplain change in the future where you have higher sea levels, more flooding? What additional areas in the city are more vulnerable? And then based on that, you can look at potential solutions, how to mitigate the risk of flooding. Water utilities, stormwater utilities, wastewater utilities are really in many ways at the forefront of assessing their climate risks, where they, similar to what I just mentioned, identify vulnerabilities in their systems. Maybe they perform additional modeling where they see how much water levels would rise under given scenarios, under sea level rise or extreme rainfall. And then based on that, identify assets which are at highest risk, and then based on that, develop specific solutions to address and mitigate the risk.
Sebastian, it's been great talking with you today. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Rachel, and thanks for the opportunity.